Jose, thank you very much for participating in this client interview here. I wanted to do this interview with you because you have a very interesting story. You're a futsal referee and football referee from Portugal. You live in Lisbon, and you just came here after a tournament in Ireland, and this has been your first week here in the clinic. And you're leaving in a few days. You've been here for 5 days, and you've already experienced improvement, and it's been very good to have you here. And I just wanted to, people to know your story dealing with tinnitus, because I think many people could see themselves in you, in your life as well. So could you introduce us a bit to who you are and what you do, also apart from the tinnitus here?
My name is José Alberto Fernandez. I'm a football, like you mentioned, football, futsal and beach soccer referee as well. I work in the office in the Lisbon area. I have a busy life, combining my refereeing life with my other duties, like my job, my family, my friends. I had the tinnitus like I believe 1.5 years ago. When I was doing a match in the stadium, I was passing by a big column of sound, and it was turning off, but then suddenly it was turning on. So I felt the sound wave hitting my left ear, and was a little bit dizzy. But I thought, well, just the sound, it will go away, and I'll get better soon. But it didn't. I felt like a huge pain. Then after 2 or 3 days, I started realizing a back sound noise, and I said, what is this? I wasn't aware. Then I went to the hospital, and they said, oh, you have some hearing loss on your left ear, now you have tinnitus. And I said, okay, so what can we do to fix this? That's the regular question.
Yes.
That everyone does.
And what was the answer?
And the doctor said, oh, no, you have to deal with it. I can provide you with some vitamins and running some tests. And besides that, you'll have to deal with the tinnitus in your life. And I said, no, it's annoying. I cannot even sleep properly with this. So I was a little bit frustrated and stressful, and said, what I'm going to do now? So I tried to I did deep research on the internet, tried to figure out a way out. Lots of fake information, unfortunately, in the internet, like special lasers that you put in here, and after 2 or 3 hours, it just
magically disappears.
It just, I said, I don't think it will work like that, but I tried even so.
Yeah.
I tried the supplements. It would help only for a day. You'll sleep better, and the tinnitus volume will decrease. And after a week or two, the brain will react the same way, so it won't fix it at all. Then I start doing another research by clinicals and doctors and people that actually had experience with tinnitus. That's the most important thing. Then I found this clinic in Denmark, where I am nowadays, in Skive.
Yes.
And Thomas and Sebastian were very nice to explain me how the treatment works and how should I be accompanied on the path I should follow with the Lenire's device. I wasn't aware that exists a device that actually can manage with the tinnitus. And it was scientific studies. It was not like the ordinary information that you see on the internet without any scientific parts and information and studies. And so I said, this might be the best option for me. So I gave him a shot. I tried it, and I felt a huge improvement. Even after 4 days, I combined laser and infrared therapy with the Lenires. You can combine both treatments. And so I felt, and the studies say it, I'm not just saying by myself. When I reached the clinic, I was 8,000, that's his higher tinnitus level. And now I'm 4,500 after only 4 or 5 days using the machine and combining with the laser and the infrared treatment. So that, I think, a big improvement in 4 days.
Yes.
And I believe maybe in 3 or 4 months I'll have even other results I can reach.
Yes. And that's
and I say, for anyone that's starting with tinnitus, they should try. They should at least give him a try, and to understand how Lenire's works, and how it can manage your life, how can it make the difference. Because for me it does. I'm sleeping much better since I arrived here in Denmark. I had like 3 or 4 hours sleeping in Portugal. That was a huge problem, because I could not refereeing properly with only 3 hours sleeping. My body was tired.
And that was just the tinnitus that gave you these 3 problems, because I think you mentioned you used to sleep much better, right?
Yeah, I slept like 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's the regular stuff that anyone sleeps. Yeah. And I woke up every day with lots of energy, doing my morning exercise and getting to work. That was my routine.
Yeah.
And suddenly I felt sleeping 3 hours, of course waking for work, because I have to work and doing the refereeing style.
Yeah.
But it was not the same. I even did more mistakes at work, was not concentrated. My referee matches were not the same. Even my teammates said my running skills were not the same. I was feeling tired most of the times. So for recovering that, I had to do something. And that's when I decided I had to find an option. Even besides what doctors say, that's the most difficult part, when you hear a doctor saying there is no other option, nothing we can do it, and people got stressful and frustrated and start panic even.
That contributes in a way to the problem, like
yes.
being told that there's nothing to do, that you just have to live with this terrible thing for the rest of your life. How does that feel, getting that message for people?
Yeah, for me it was like awful. I felt really depressed. I felt, oh my God, and I even asked twice, there is nothing, are you sure there is nothing I can do it, or another treatment that you are aware? He said, I'm not aware of any other treatment, so far I can give you the supplements and that's it, and you have to manage with that.
Wow.
And I didn't accept that.
Yes.
And I'm glad I didn't. And I just continued to do research until I found this clinic. And my only sadness is I only found it 1 year later. And now the people have the opportunity not to waste that year that I waste, and start right away the treatment. And I think that's the most important part. If you start right away, you'll get better results, and you won't let the tinnitus to ruin your sleeping and to ruin your life.
Yes. Wow. Thank you for sharing the story. It's super interesting, and I'm super happy that you ended up finding us, even though it took a year for you. And also that you just didn't accept the just learning to live with it mentality, because some people don't think automatically that this can't be true. Some people, they just feel, well, if I'm being told this, then this must be the truth. And that's when they get even more depressed and anxious, because they think, well, this thing is something I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. And that stress and anxiety can further mess up their tinnitus, and the now worse tinnitus can now mess up the sleep, and this worse sleep makes the tinnitus worse. And for people, it becomes a negative spiral, getting this message that there's nothing to do. And it's partially true that there's no miracle cures or quick fixes, which most tinnitus patients know. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing to do at all. And so when discovering us, because we always explain that there is no quick fix and miracle cures, and it's going to take some time to experience improvement. I know in your case, it was very, very quick. For some people, it takes 3 months to experience anything at all, and they just have to do the daily effort. So getting that message, how did that make you feel, that okay, there's actually something to do about it? It may not remove it completely, but I can probably get it down to a lower level.
For me, that's impressive, because even if I reach, like I did nowadays, like 4,500, if I reach 85%, that I believe it's possible to reach with the treatment.
80% is the average after a year of notch therapy, for example.
Yeah. So even if I reach 80%, it will be, for me, it's like recovering my life, and my life doesn't have a price. That's like I say, I can recover what I most like to do, with hanging out with friends. I even, by the way, I didn't mention, I quit going to cinema. I love cinema. I watch movies because of the sound.
Yeah.
In the theater, of course, the sound is lower.
Yeah.
It's loud sound, and I really enjoy to watch a movie with friends, and I quit since I've got the earbuds, because of my tinnitus situation and bad sleeping. I was not attending to the theaters to watch a movie, to hang out with friends, go to concert musics. Here, I like most of people like different sounds. I like heavy metal, so imagine a guy that loves heavy metal not to be able to hear heavy metal because of tinnitus, and be with friends and family. So it completely changed my lifestyle, and for the worse, not for the better. And for that small details affect everyone. So it's like suffering in silence and not be able to do anything. So I believe, so that's the most important thing. You have to take an attitude. So you have to deal with the problem, face it, and grab the solution that is provided. And this is the best solution that was provided, this clinic, and especially Sebastian and the good doctor Thomas.
Thank you so much. And I'm super happy that we have gotten you to a lower point, because again, it's a substantial improvement from 8,000 hertz to 4,500 hertz. And many people may not experience that improvement after 4 days, as you have done. That's very unique. But you're also an active person. You are younger, and you've only had it for a year. But for other people who require more time and who may use Lenire, for example, right now, and receive notch frequency therapy, for example, who don't experience the results right away, could you say some encouraging words to make them keep going?
I say, even if you don't have the improvement that I had, because everyone is different, I would say to those persons that you should not quit, because even if I didn't have this improvement that I had, I wouldn't quit, because I realized that it will take time. Even if you take 3, 4, 5, even 6 months, and you keep notice there is a difference, that the tinnitus is getting lower, and you can step by step reapproach your lifestyle that you had before. So that is a winning situation. Exactly. So you have to believe that it's possible. Not a quick solution like you mentioned, but you have to take time, and you have to face it day after day. And if you recover your lifestyle, so that's the most important thing. You'll be able to recover your life before tinnitus.
Yes.
And
your tinnitus will not be the thing that messes up everything in your life. And now that you improve your lifestyle, you can get better sleep, you can get less anxious, less stressful, and that's going to have a positive effect on the tinnitus volume just in itself, outside of the frequency that we would lower with the treatment. When people just experience that, oh, there is actually something to do, and I can actually achieve something with this, that enough is often enough to really get them into the habit of trying to improve it, and just not obsessing over the tinnitus all the time, and not letting it interfere all the time. When was your tinnitus the worst? Before meeting us here, at what points in your life was it particularly bothering for you?
Even before my matches, or even during work. Like instance, I always had a bad night's sleep. So when I had lots of work and I have goals to achieve, and the tinnitus got even worse, I was not able to focus on my work. So I did, for sure, several mistakes, and that's not good, even for your work, for your health, for your lifestyle. for everything.
And
So
it can be hard to explain to other people, why have I changed so much? Like, because people around you may look at, you're making these mistakes, what happened? And then you say, I have tinnitus. But for people who don't...
yeah, for people who don't have they don't have tinnitus or don't realize the world of tinnitus, it's difficult to accept.
Yeah.
Because it's not a thing that you can see or you can watch or you can hear. Only the person that has tinnitus can hear the tinnitus. So it's a difficult excuse to even to give to your friends when you're not going to the cinema because you said, oh, I have a problem in my ear. They say, I don't see any problem.
Yeah, you look fine.
You seem all right.
Yeah.
I don't see any issue. And he said, no, I have tinnitus. And you have what? Tinnitus. Yes. Most of the times they didn't even know what is tinnitus. So, and that's annoying and boring, and you feel like sad because you are not hanging out with the friends or doing the stuff that you used to be, and they realize you change. And once you change, it could be like a mess for your entire life. You are not friendships are giving apart. Family doesn't know how to deal with you.
Yes.
Your company is not aware why are you doing those mistakes. So you have to face it by your own. And like I said, it's important to have someone to help you out.
Yes.
And a good important treatment like this clinic provides, like Thomas and Sebastian, it's important to make the difference, to make your changing, to recover your life that you had before this.
Yes.
So my mainly advice to those who have doubts, it's giving a try, contact the clinic, contact Sebastian and the good doctor Thomas, and try Lenire's device, and it will make all the difference.
Yes, and we can do that even without people visiting us here. Now you've combined it with infrared and laser therapy.
Yeah. Which
has been something that I think has improved it much more in the beginning for you. But if people don't have the, for example, time, or maybe they don't want to fly. Many people also don't want to take a flight because they feel like the flight's getting the tinnitus worse. Lenire can be started completely remotely, for example. So there's even hope for these people as well.
Yeah, you still have that option. So even if you have some difficulties or you're not able to attend Denmark like I did, I strongly advise to come to Denmark, by the way. But if you cannot, you can still achieve the Lenire's device, and I'm sure they can send the Lenire's device back at your place and make all the configurations. But if you want to expect a more efficient treatment, you should come to Denmark. I believe that will be the first option. I would strongly advise to try the other therapies as well. Like Sebastian mentioned before, the laser won't harm you. It's completely not invasive therapy. And the infrared combined with the Lenire's, and that will work out. And then you'll see the difference, and you expect better results that being far away. In spite that second option will always work, but it'll take longer.
Yes, and it's important sometimes to get a good improvement in the beginning, to feel something in the beginning.
To feel the energy and to get hope that things will get better and you recover your life. So I believe sometimes people don't have or the knowledge, or they are too anxiety levels, and they prefer to go easily and slowly.
Yes.
I'm a more active person. I try to reach all the treatments that are available and combine all of them to see and to realize there is something that we can make different and expect a better result.
Yes.
But it depends on each person.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we also, therefore, have these initial consultations with people to figure out what is the right approach for them before getting them started with anything, because some people can do the other treatment we have and some people are better fits for Lenire. So it's different from person to person, and we try and get these consultations here. So what was your experience when you sort of talked to me and Thomas the first time here. I believe it was back in May or something this year.
Yeah, we spoke, if I'm not mistaken, it was in May. I had a traveling, by the way, to Spain. That was disappointing, by the way. Because I tried to follow up all the known treatments that I was aware. And like I said, if you can see both realities, like I did, that tried things that didn't work for things that actually work, like this one, then you can make a stand of view completely different. And that's why I say, if you are expecting the fake supplements to work, they won't work because you want it to work. That won't happen.
Yeah.
But if you expect like the Lenire's device, that's really good and scientifical, there is statements that achieve that Lenire's got results, then you can actually try something that actually work before you try it. It is working on me and work in several persons before me.
Yes.
So, of course, they have to do an evaluation of you. Everyone does. Maybe running some audio tests that we run, just to make sure about the hearing loss.
Yes, hearing tests, frequency measurements.
Yeah, because
ask a few questions.
Yeah, that's important for the configuration of the machine as well.
Yes. Because
if you want the machine to work, it has to be properly configured. So once I believe it's configured, then you'll start to see the results. And if you want to combine the other, that I strongly advise to do it, the other treatments like laser and infrared, then I'm sure that will help you out and help everyone for sure.
It helps most people, the vast majority of people. And I'm happy that it helped you as well. So how does the improvement feel right now, these 4 days? You've had it for 4 or 5 days now, and it's probably getting gradually better every day for you while you're here. So can you walk us through these 5 days quickly? What has changed here?
Yeah, once I arrived here, the environment also it's important. Here is very quiet. That's also an important thing, not a noisy environment. Peaceful, quiet with green areas, friendly people. That's also very important. So you don't get stressful or anxiety or nervous, because when you are in a strange environment, then your body reacts to that. And I feel here more relaxed than I was in Lisbon, in Portugal, because I was not facing the crowded places, the noisy places. I'm here, close to the nature, close to a peaceful and quiet city, and that also helps. That's the main question. That's the main reason why I said you should come to Denmark, because you are leaving your environment to a different and peaceful environment. And that, combining with the treatment by itself, it will help even faster for your recovering. Yes. So I felt from the first day till nowadays, I feel each day I was getting better. So even after the first day I didn't felt, because of the traveling, I was tired, my body was tired. So on the first day, I'll be completely honest, I didn't felt any difference.
And that's normal.
Because I was traveling, my body was exhausted from a huge traveling.
Yes.
2 planes and 2 trains, so it was a big journey.
Yes.
The body, of course, everyone gets tired. After the second day, after I slept and recovered from the traveling stuff and the jet lag, and start taking the laser treatment and infrared, and the first day of Lenire's, then on the third day I felt a difference. The tinnitus was not so strong. I couldn't measure, I couldn't say how much is the difference, because it's difficult for the human body to react in levels, unless you have machines that actually can adjust the tinnitus level. And I ran the test this morning, and it was impressive. Like you said before, it reached from 8,000 until 4,500. So that's a big difference, big gap.
Yes. And close to a half in your tinnitus frequency.
Yes.
And how does that feel tinnitus-wise? Your tinnitus, how does that feel now?
During the day, I barely listen. Yeah. Barely. It's very low.
Yeah.
Only listening during the night when it's everything quiet, and I fall asleep. Then I I listen a little more, but I'm now able to sleep than much better than I was before.
Yes.
Because it's disturbing when I was trying to sleep. The first moments where I was trying to get asleep.
Yes.
And the beep, the sound was annoying, and I believe everyone knows the experience that has tinnitus for sure, when they're trying to sleep and they are not able because of the earbuzz.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. Even for me it was all over 1 year. I said some people also try to sleep with the white noise machine. It helped me out, I'll be honest as well. The white noise, I mentioned you that noise I was using, the white noise machine.
Yeah.
But after a while, like you said, the brain gets used to that and no longer does the same effect.
Yeah, and it also, it may
because
alleviate it
people
temporarily,
nowadays heard about
yeah.
the white noise to sleep, yeah.
Yes. And mask it as well. It
Yes.
may do something like that, like mask it and abstract your attention, making it better to fall asleep. If that's the case,
Yeah.
that's great. But the tinnitus is not. It's rarely going to change itself from just listening to white noise, for example, unless it's tailored to your frequency, which most of these devices
Are not.
Yeah. But I'm very happy that you feel this improvement. And you mentioned also from the laser therapy, do you feel any sort of improvement in hearing as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that's also important to mention. Not only the tinnitus, like we've been talking about most of the interview,
Yes.
but the hearing, because I had some hearing loss also when I had the trauma, of course, and that caused the tinnitus. I had hearing loss from my left ear, unfortunately, and I feel the left ear now is much better. Like the sounds are not actually the same that I heard before. So that means there was some hearing improvement as well.
Yes.
It could be only 10 decibels, but it's enough. It's an improvement.
And it's
10.
usually above your tinnitus tone often. So
Yeah.
the more you can hear above your tinnitus tone,
Yeah.
the more it often feels for patients that it fades into the background. Because, for example, we have lowered your frequency to 4,500 from 8,000, which is a good, very good frequency improvement in the beginning. And then we've also, the laser therapy can make you hear better after that. And if you can also hear above your frequency more, it has the effects that it fades even more into the background, the tinnitus usually. So that's why it's a very good thing to combine with the treatment you choose to come here and have infrared and laser therapy, to have this feeling of improvement here in the beginning.
Yeah, and by the way, on my country, like I even tried, because I heard about laser therapy and infrared, but at least that I'm aware, in Portugal, the country I come from, it doesn't exist. So we
Okay.
don't have a proper machine that actually, like this one that you have it over here, that can provide those kind of treatments. And that's the most important thing. I believe most of the people realize that and try to get those treatments, but they are not able because in their home countries they don't have it.
Yeah.
So that's another reason to come to Denmark, to try to do these combined treatments and to save your life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Jose, thank you very much.
Thank you very much
It's
for
been a
everything.
pleasure.
It's been
Thank
a pleasure. Thank you.